when it comes to your classic Corvette, people like different things. Some people like them custom modded, some people like them restored, some people like them with slight modifications, some like them original with all its patina. And I like a little bit of all of that, except for when it comes to modifying the engines. I like the stock performance. I like what GM did with their cars in those particular years. Some had more horsepower, some had less horsepower, but I prefer to keep what the engineers did with the performance of the car just as it was from the factory. And that's just my particular preference. So what I have in my Corvette is a pretty much all original car. It's 1971. See, I removed the letters here. Why? Because I'm going to have the car wrapped. Are you going to wrap that car? Well, sure, why not? The original paint, which you see on the car now, has held up spectacularly over the years. So, I have a good base that's going to be under that wrap. And I'm going to be doing the prep work because there are some imperfections in the paint. In order to get a nice wrap on a car, you are going to want to smooth out the high spots, get rid of anything that might show through that wrap. And then you'll be able to cover the car, and it'll look great. So that's what I'm going to be doing here. So I'm going to jump into it, and what you'll probably see is clips of different areas of the car that I'm working on, but I'm not going to go through the whole process of showing me doing the work. I'll just show you what it looked like beforehand and then what it looks like after. That way I keep the video. This is not a how-to video, in other words, so I can minimize the length of the video by doing that. And when I'm done, I will show you the complete finished job, the car wrapped and beautiful. So stick with me and enjoy the video. So I had all this pitting on my fender. As you can see there, old bubbling up paint that over years bubbled up. And so I'm wet sanding it down. And I'm going to get rid of those bubbles. Remove the rear grades, the drainage grades, and I got them over here. I'm going to be wet sanding these down. As you can see, I've already done a little bit. They need to be painted up. But I'm not doing this just for make it to beautify these. I'm actually going to have the car wrapped. And so I've got to get rid of all the high spots on the car, anywhere that it would show through on the wrap. So we're going to be taking care of these grades right now. All right, so I removed and painted the bubbles. I do have slight pits and some little spots. I did a pretty good color match, but you can see right there where the difference is. Right there. You can see that color difference. But all in all, it's a pretty good match. And again, I'm having the car wrapped, so I didn't want high spots, and I don't really care about whether or not the color is matching perfectly. It's a close enough match. And I'll show you where I still have some pitting. Right there. Should have filled that. But it's not that important because, like I said, it's going to be wrapped. So it'll cover all that. There's a lot of bubbles on there. I got rid of all of them. Alright, next stop, top of the hood here. I have had a little divot in there. So I filled it with epoxy, and I'm going to sand it later. I'll spray it and sand it, spray it. And then we'll move on to this corner here. Little pittings. Remove those pittings, got it like that on both sides. And I'll be ready for the wrap. All right, so continuing getting the car ready for a wrap, I had to take the 8-crate grids off here, as you can see. Now, if you never did this, there's 2 bolts at the top. I mean, not bolts, but 2 screws that go into the top of the grid. They're easily marked. And then there's this one right here. I don't have any light on here. Let me get some light. All right. You see that one right there. And that one is kind of hard to get to. You got to kind of pull the grid out. And there's a nut on the end of a bolt on the other end, which makes it sort of difficult, but you can get them out of there. All right, so I'm trying to smooth out the surface. We'll be doing that. And I have the grids over here. Took them out of both sides. One of them I primed on the end there because it had a little chip in it. So getting the car ready for wrap, we've got to smooth out everything so nothing shows through. So we're taking the front bumper off now. You see there are the grills, and I'm sure you might know how to take those off. I don't have to explain it. A child could do it. But we're going to be getting the bumper off now. So there's a bolt on this end here that pulls that end of the bumper. Same on the other side. I just got those loose. And now I'm working on this one and that one. And then there's 2 more. One here. And likewise on the other side. One there. And you can pull the bumper off of that. So we're going to get this all ready. Get that bumper off. Get it ready for wrap. We got the front bumper off. And there's a little bit of repair work I have to do right here. See that crack? So I'm gonna have to fix that. And we'll leave the bumper off so when they wrap it, you know, they can get all the creases and stuff. All right, so I repaired that crack. Now that's just paint on there. I have to wet sand that, make it smooth, and then they're going to, you know, wrap the car. So I just had to get rid of where that crack was, and you can't even see where it was. It was a pretty severe crack. I'm not even quite sure where it was. It's like right there. But yeah, I took care of that, and the wrap will go over that real nice. And I think we're gonna have a really good, another angle of it, really good wrap on that car. You know, that paint there is a very close match, but it doesn't even have to, you know, match. I could have just left it prime, and they would have, you know, been able to wrap it. So yeah, I got rid of the crack. It's good to go. And I think I'm all done. A couple of, you know, wet sanding places, and yeah, it's ready for the shop. Things ever go the way that you want them to. There's always some unexpected thing. So I want to put the bumper back on. As you can see here, all right, there's a nut behind there that's welded to that little bracket right there. Okay, well, the welds broke on this side. Okay, so you can see the nut back here, it's just loose. This bolt here goes through the body of the car and screws into that nut. So I took it to a welding shop, and they says, well, we have to cut all that off. And one guy said he wouldn't even do it. And so this part of the bumper won't secure to the body of the car. And I'm going to try something to hold that nut in place. I'm just going to use some JB Weld, and I'm going to fish it down in there like that, and I'm going to pull this back and hold it till it cures. And then after it cures, I'll take the bolt out and then try to hook it back up to the car. You'll see if I succeeded or not. Okay, so I know you're wondering, how did that work out on that bumper? Well, let's see if we can get a nice shot of that. You can see that bolt is attached there. And if you're wondering how I did it, because it's limited space, how do you really work in that little narrow area? What I did was I took a stick, a small wooden kind of stick, and I filled it with the JB Weld. And I stuck it through this hole, and I dragged it back this way, all the way around that hole, so that I was scraping the JB Weld, onto this surface underneath. And then with the bolt attached to the nut, I pulled the nut till the bolt was, the bolt till the nut was flush there. And I held that in place until it felt tacky enough, and I slowly took that bolt out until that nut back there was in place. Lost focus there for a second. If I can get that back in focus there. And so you see it's perfectly centered, and that stuff is cured and hard. And all I really need is for that bolt to start. Once I get that bolt started and spin it in there, I'll be okay. So we'll see once I get it attached. But that's how I did it. People might say, well, then why are you wrapping the car? Well, because I want to preserve this original paint that's on the car. And as you can see, it's not a terrible situation I have going on here. Actually, this original paint held up extremely well. This is really good. But I want to wrap it, protect that. If I ever want, or say I sell the car and someone else wants to paint it, they remove the wrap. They've got this underneath, which is very good. So they're not going to be disappointed. And, I just don't want to spend the money to paint the entire car. And plus, if wrap gets damaged, I still got this underneath, you know what I mean? So that's why I'm wrapping it. So I have a sample of the wrap here that I wanted to use. This is a flat. It's called matte frozen emerald. And if you come up close on it, you can see the green in there. Further you back away, looks speckled, but it's kind of angled. Like if you go this way, it just kind of looks black. Now I want the matte finish. I don't want the gloss finish. I want the matte. So in the right light, you get the green speckles. But let's move it over here. See what it looks like. Okay. Now let's just hold it and see what it looks like. It's like dark, depending on the light that it's in, is going to determine how much of that green that you see. So in direct sunlight, it'll look good. All right, so I moved into a darker area, and it just looks black. You have to get really close up on it to see the green in it when it's dark out. Black at night, green speckles in sunlight. And the green isn't far off of the green that the car actually is. So I guess you're going to have to wait to see the end of the video to determine whether or not I actually wrapped it in this particular wrap. Okay, so one thing I'm going to do with these egg crate vents here on the side is I'm going to get them down to the polished metal. But it's a hell of a job. Now, I used an industrial paint stripper made for automotive paints, and the stuff bubbled up. And after it dries, they tell you to scrape it off, but this is what I got so far. So they also say that it might take a couple of treatments in order to get it all off. Now, that's a lot of work, scraping all of that off of there. This is the one. You see how much of that is still left in there. And I'd have to treat it again. And with this treatment, you want to do it outside because it has chemicals in it that are like cancer causing and all other kinds of craziness. So you want to be in a well ventilated area. They tell you not to do it in the house at all. So I did do it outside, but you see, stripping it is not so easy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it to a media blaster, and I'm going to have them blast it, which I should have did in the first place. But of course, I'm trying to do things without spending a whole lot of money. And we're going to get these media blasted, get all that paint off of there, and have them shining. I'm going to polish them too. As you see, it's really nice metal underneath there. So I'm going to polish those, and they'll be chrome bright. Okay, so after media blasting, you can see that there's some areas that need to be polished. And under here, right there, I guess that was under there, or maybe that happened during the media blasting process on the end down there. But yeah, I have to clean these up. And so I'm going to be using 0000 on there and try to get that clean as I can get it. Okay, so those aren't absolutely perfect as in brand new. They are 52, what, 52, 53? How many years is that? 71? Yeah, 54 years old. And I didn't know what was under it after I had it media blasted, and there are some scarring. You can see the areas here. I don't know if they did that at media blasting. I don't know. But anyway, they cleaned up pretty good. They're nice and chrome. And you know, if you want to closely examine them, you will find the flaws. But I think I like it. I think it's a go. And if I don't like it, I'll paint it. Okay, so it's been a little bit over a week, and as you can see, the car is not here. That's because it's getting wrapped right now, and I finished those up. So I should be getting the car back maybe in the next day or two, and then I'll make the big reveal. Okay, so it's 2 days later, and I'm getting ready to go pick up the car. So I've already seen it. I know what it looks like. I'm satisfied with the results, and now I'm going to bring it home, and you're going to get to see what it looks like. Okay, so we're here at the shop, and there she goes. I think that looks great. Of course, I got to put all the emblems and things back on, and the side vents. Take a look at that. Yeah, my wife's impatient. She's ready to pull off on me already.
What do you think?
Oh, I like it. Yeah, I like that color.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. The guy came down. I didn't know what the name of the color was, and he told me. And I said, "Well, here's the box." He goes, "I like this. I want to do." He has a little British sports car, like I do. He has like MGs. He's like, "I want to get one done like that." Now his car is nowhere near as nice a shape as yours was, so he's trying to hide too much stuff on his. I said, "It won't go away."
Yeah,
So if you like it, then that's awesome. It's a beautiful color.
It's great. That's Toby right there.
Oh, is this somebody live?
It's not live. I'm gonna, put it on my channel.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, there were some things I'm going to show you. So like I wrapped around here. When I pulled it back, it started pulling this off. This is like rough. If you can feel this.
Oh yeah, but that's okay because the bumper covers all that.
I was hoping so because I didn't know where it went, where it ended. When I pulled these out, same thing. I tucked it in there, but it only stuck in certain spots.
That's right here.
Yeah, and that's where it's. I mean, and this will be fine because it's going to be covered.
Yeah.
But I can let the air out of them. It's just going to be basically indentation. But I'll show you that I have like 10 rags full of black crap from when they sprayed. I mean, I spent a half a day cleaning this stuff off.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't get the bolts out. I got 2 bolts out of each bumper, but the ones that go into the side in this way, I had a breaker bar on them, and I could not get them. And I'm like, I'm not snapping these bolts because they're captive into the bumper, so I wrapped it around without that.
Yeah.
T-tops, they turned out real nice. You can barely, like I said, there's a seam right here, but you can barely tell on all 4 corners.
Oh yeah, I can't even see that.
No, not at all.
Yeah, it looks great. My wife's getting impatient.
Impatient.
Yeah.
Same thing I tell everybody else. No high pressure car washes. You can wax it, wipe it down with like rubbing alcohol. Let it sit out in the sun. You can't see them right now, but in my fluorescent lights, there's some finite scratches, but the sun will take them away. I can't see them right now, but inside I can see them.
Yeah.
So, under a fluorescent light, stuff looks crazy different.
Yeah, it came out. Looks great.
Yeah, it looks good.
Looks great. Yeah. So
I wasn't sure how this ended up.
Oh yeah, it fits. Yeah, it fits all within the louver. It fits all the way back to here.
I wasn't sure, so I put a piece in there so it didn't look goofy.
Yeah, I'm happy with it, man.
Painted. The grills are black. You can make them whatever color you want. I mean, but they're black.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave them like that.
I would.
Yeah.
I like them that way.
And oh yeah.
I mean, well, you already took this antenna off, so obviously you had to deal with that mess, that plate down there. Right?
Yeah, and it's not even that big of a because of the way it reflects. It doesn't really look that bad. I mean, I might try to go ahead and wrap that anyway.
I did one of the little ones.
Uh-huh.
I had it I'm like, this is going to turn out great. And I was going around all these corners, and then like one of them I caught an edge, and I went to pull back, and it pulled like 4 of them back, and I'm like, crap. But the problem was it pulled the paint off with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to stick it back down, it wasn't sticking. I'm like, that took me 40 minutes to make this get not done. I was so mad. So it's just
All right.
I mean, if you sit down and stick at it, you probably could, but get a heat gun. That way it sets in, and then let it cool.
Okay, so I just got finished putting all the emblems and everything back on the car, so I can give you a look with all the emblems on. Yeah, the car's kind of dusty right now. I haven't wiped it off or anything. It's got like smudge marks, fingerprints, and stuff like that on it, but I get a good angle here. Yeah, it came out very nice. Now, one thing about the fiberglass when you're wrapping a car is that fiberglass is wavy. And so I do have some areas on the car which, you know, the waviness of the fiberglass shows through. And one notorious part of all C3 Corvettes of this era, there's these bolts under here that, well, I guess it's like glue or something, but studs or something under there. And those studs, they show through the regular paint, and they show through this wrap too. So it didn't cover that. But as you can see, the green, as I move around, kind of gets dark as I move away from it. Yeah, so I think it came out really nice, and I'm really happy with it. Now that color is called Black Gloss Iridescent, and I'll give you a close-up on it. It's like a green. All you're seeing is the reflection it gives off, but it's a green, nice dark green, very nice. So I'm very happy with it. I'm very happy with it. Nice wrap. Looks like a paint job. I can't even find some of the seams. There is a seam that they run straight up the center here. You can see that seam right there. And I haven't even found all the seams. I think there's a seam that runs alongside here. Yeah, on the top. Seam that runs alongside there. And this is just the waviness of the hood that shows through. I like all that green and that black. How the light hits it, it's like green and black. Yeah, this is exactly what I was hoping for. So yeah, there's seams on the car from the wrap, but you have to really look close to find them. I haven't even found them. It's my car, and I'm working on it right now. But yeah, got everything back on, bumpers, all that stuff. It's looking really good. One more go around. That is a beautiful green. I'm like loving that right now. So let's take a look at what the car looked like before I wrapped it. Same angle. And then we'll show you after wrap. Yeah, I'm also really glad that I stripped those side vents, and I'm just going to rock the chrome or polished metal, whatever that is, the shiny look on the side there. I think that's dope. Yes, I like that. I like that. I think having that metal look kind of really sets the side of the car off more than it being, the same color as the rest of the car. So, yeah, with that, I'm well pleased. You guys remember that crack that was on the side here? Go on. Look at that. Can't even see it. And there were two cracks on the fender here. I fixed those. I don't even know quite where they were, but I think one was like right here. But yeah, got that out. Looks terrific. Really glad it's done. So I guess I'll be wrapping this video up soon. So all in all, wrapping my C3 was a good idea in my opinion. I'm happy with the results of it, and I'm glad that you came along with my Corvette story and got to see the transformation of my C3 Corvette. All right. Oh, by the way, her name is Nina. Say bye, Nina. Bye. Bye. See you in the next video.